Alrighty, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over my top 5 favorite units of Nikke from obviously the release up until the, now I guess because the anniversary is here. We're like literally so close. This week we're getting the live stream for the anniversary. Next week we're gonna actually start the anniversary, right? So Nikke is gonna be officially 1 year next week, right? Or at least in 2 weeks, technically. Next Saturday. Not the Saturdays coming up, the Saturday coming up after the Saturday coming up is the anniversary, right? And I don't think Red Hood is a character that will be in my top 5, right? So it doesn't really change. I mean, I can do the video right now. Make sure you guys subscribe, right? We're close to 8.1K and we want 9K by the end of next month. So, hey, we can start pushing, get a little head start before November really starts, you know what I mean? But, yeah. So I'm going to talk about maybe some honorable mentions and then my top 5. And then you guys feel free to let me know your top 5 characters and why. I'm just going off of gameplay, right? Maybe I'll include lore and stuff like that, but I'm just going to go off of actual gameplay and stuff like that, right? Lore of the character besides, like, I want to say Laplace. Lore of the characters doesn't really, like, how do I say, decide my top characters, my top favorite characters in the game. You know what I mean? But you guys let me know in the comments down if it is of lore. It is defined, but let me know. So for honorable mentions, we have Summer Anise. Now, this character is an honorable mention for me, one of my favorite characters in the game. Just because of how she works, right? The whole thing of her being a supporter who just does insane damage, right? And literally, if you guys don't have Scarlet, well, you can't get this character, but this is literally the replacement for Scarlet, if you want me to be honest, right? If you don't have Scarlet, this is like the next best option you could use. And I don't want to say it's a massive jump, obviously, because there's been testing of Anise hitting harder than Scarlet, right? But this is definitely a fantastic pickup, right, to have with Scarlet, right? It's quite crazy if you ask me. Especially since I see like videos of this girl hitting harder than Scarlet, and like this character buffs up Scarlet's damage, right? Where Scarlet doesn't buff up her damage. So for Anise to buff up Scarlet's attack even more, and for Anise to still hit harder than her in some cases, is quite crazy to me, right? But the whole thing about this character is that she's a support who does insane damage, and this has been my bread and butter for Scarlet since I don't have Scarlet. I definitely will do a top 5 hated characters as well, right? So expect that video and expect that. Let me not say nothing. Another honorable mention will always be Rapunzel for me. This is probably, I think this was my first pilgrim in the game. It was either her or Haran. I think it was her. She was my first pilgrim. No, I think she was my second. Right? I got Haran like instantly, and then I got this character the same day. So basically I've had Rapunzel since day 1 of the game, and she's been always, great, right? She's carried me through literally majority of the content before we got a lot of better healers like Blanc and even like, Summer Mary. We've gotten a lot of good healers over the time, Marciana as well. But over the time from the beginning even till now, Rapunzel has still been the main character carrying and like helping my team survive. So I gotta pay much respect to this character. She is definitely an honorable mention. At number 5, we have Blanc, right? Blanc is definitely one of my favorite characters just because she does so much, right? And I know a lot of you guys know that I like the schoolgirls over the bunny girls, but if I'm going as an individual, like individually Blanc, individually Noir, individually Tia, individually Naga, as individual characters, Blanc has to probably be my favorite. I don't really hate the fact that you have to run her with Noir because you do get a lot of good stuff from Noir as well. But the character's kit is just fantastic. This is like my ideal kit, right? A shield, damn near healing the entire game, damage taken to all enemies, and indomitability to max HP increase, right? It's a fantastic kit overall, and ever since this character has dropped, again, she's been on damn near all my teams, right? Now that's not going to be the case because schoolgirls are running all my teams. So maybe next year, or maybe that by the 2nd anniversary, Blanc probably won't be there because I won't be using her as much, right? I'll only be using Blanc when it comes to solo raid and union raid, right? But right now, the schoolgirls have just proven to me that it's going to help me in the long run much more, right? With the damage support and all that stuff, but doesn't really take away from the fact that Blanc has always been there and is a great character in my opinion. Obviously, still top 10, right? And I know we're gonna have a live stream as well for us ranking the top 10 because I got to redo that video now that we've gotten so many new options, right? It's crazy. So stay tuned to that. In 4, we have Dorothy. Now, this kind of changed for me as of late. This character used to be 3, right? But Dorothy is a fantastic character as well, right? One thing I definitely didn't like as much in, with the game is that you didn't have much burst 1 options, at least good ones, right? I want to say the only good burst 1 options you had before Dorothy dropped were probably volume if you were running a crit team, and then litter, or liter, I guess. Right, but besides those 2 characters, I can't think of anybody else that you were like running as the main burst 120-second cooldown unit. And then Dorothy ended up dropping, and she ended up surpassing a lot of these characters in the game. Right, just overall, I would say Dorothy's the top 5 character in the game. Maybe that has changed. I don't know. We really need to do that tier list. Y'all, let me know, when are we doing that tier list? Right, let me know down below in the comments when we need to do that tier list. Ideally, it's going to be after the anniversary, but we need to do the top 10 tier list live again. Sit there for like a couple hours deciding who the top 10 characters are, and then I got to make the full-blown edited video on my reasonings and for you guys to understand it more. Like I did with the last one. You guys loved that one, so a lot of people have been waiting for this so I could do the new one. But Dorothy's a fantastic character, right? I like this mechanic the most, right? She's the first transforming character in the game, technically. And I like the fact that when you use her burst skill, which is on the 20-second cooldown, the cooldown of her skill 2, which is a 20-second cooldown, gets decreased by 18 seconds and lasts for 10 seconds. So literally the skill 2 becomes a 2-second cooldown, and that spams 5 times, right? And then also when the last bullet hits when you're in the transformation state, all allies get damage part increase by 50%. Like, this character, high key, is like, it's arguable who the best burst 1 character is between her and Litter. You guys let me know that in the comments as well. I'm going to ask you guys multiple questions. But who do you guys think is better between Dorothy and Litter? It's very hard, but Dorothy's a fantastic character. And if you click on her, boom, transform. Such a good character, right? Like, this look, I can't wait for Red Hood because pilgrims are really just broken in this game. And Dorothy, like, when I click Dorothy and she transforms like this, it's just like, this is what a pilgrim needs to look like, right? So definitely one of my favorite characters in the game. This is probably not going to change for a while, realistically, right? Because Red Hood is a sniper, and I don't like snipers at all. But, we'll see how good she is, realistically. In 3, we have the Pause. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. I like the whole thing of this character, right? The axe hammer, the killer, like kind of like the symbol of death. I know, it sounds so crazy. Right, but especially her burst skill animation as well, right? It was such a good. Let me show you guys actually. Let me show you guys her burst skill animation. Right, when I seen her burst skill animation, that's really what like sold me the bag. I can show you guys. I got her like core 3 instantly, right? Or not core 3, max limit broken instantly. If we take this and then put that here, apply it. Like, take a look at this. It's actually so good. It actually really is so good. Still one of my favorite burst skill animations till this day. Yeah, these definitely one of my favorite characters. And then also when it comes to gameplay, back then when, before D dropped, Modernia was somewhat of a struggle, right, for me. But then obviously D's whole thing is to destroy Modernia and even Train, right? I think I beat Train with D as well because of D. So this character is like the reason why I was able to beat a lot of these difficult bosses that I couldn't beat before, like Modernia and Train, right? So I gotta pay much respect to this character. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite designed characters. I still use D all the time when I'm fighting bosses, right? Besides, I use her for Modernia because I can't use A2 with Modernia. Don't use her for Train. Don't use her for Blacksmith. Probably, I think I still use her for no, I don't use it for Gravedigger either. Yeah, it's really just Modernia now. And then any other difficult bosses that's not a special interception. Yeah, this is definitely 3. Now, this is not actually a Nikke, but A2 has to easily be my second favorite character in Nikke right now, bro. Like, she just can't surpass, the number 1 spot. But this character really is interesting, right? She really is pretty good. Right, her skins are good. The base defense tower and the base tower, the base defense mode, right? This character, like, how do I explain it? The most satisfying character in the game in terms of her just shredding all enemies, right? Her destroying bosses. Like, the way she makes Train look like a joke is insane to me. She literally deadass makes Train look like a joke. She's so powerful that you can't use her in Modernia. Have you ever heard of that before? A character being so strong that they're just not allowed to use, like, you can't use them in Modernia or use them in a boss because they just hurt the run somehow. They're so strong that they hurt the run. They just, let me word it like this in anime terms. This character is so broken, she literally disturbs balance of the game. Oh my god, I really think a lot of people, I think this character is an SS tier character. I don't have a problem. Let me know, do you guys agree with that too? I don't have a problem putting her to the same tier as Alice, Modernia, Scarlet. I'm not saying she's as good as them, but I don't have a problem putting her in that tier, to be honest. Me personally, I don't got a problem putting her in that tier. This character has proven time and time and time she's one of the best characters in the game, no question. So, you guys let me know what you think there. But now on to the last one. We all knew this was coming, and I know it's so sad because I don't actually have overload gear for her. That's just because, you know, they just keep dropping so many good characters, I never have time. But Laplace is easily my #1 favorite character in this game. This is probably not going to change ever. I don't think it's going to change ever. I don't know. There's something about Laplace, and then obviously, like me, I'm more of a villain type character too. I don't really like heroes. So that gives Laplace, if Laplace is my favorite character in this game, and we have Drake, who's the villainous, and then obviously Laplace is the hero, and I prefer Laplace over Drake, that means Laplace has to be doing something for me to like this character more, because I don't really like heroes like that. I'm more of the villain type person, right? But Laplace is just a cool character. Her backstory, I want to say what pushed her up even more for me was like the promotional video, or not even the promotion, like the short animation scene in chapter 18 when you clear it. The video of Laplace just carrying, right? And then like obviously her being like kind of like scared and stuff like that. But when she sees everyone getting knocked down, she's like, all right, we gotta level up, right? Very cool character. I can't wait for Laplace to get a skin in this game. They know damn well when Laplace gets a skin. I pray to God she gets a gacha costume. I really do. I really do. But yeah, I remember this character dropped. I decided to get her. I didn't get her LB3 instantly, but this actually was the character that helped me break the 160 wall as well, if you guys don't remember. I have a video on it where I said I finally did it, a new journey begins. Laplace was the character, the last character that I got LB3 to pass the 160 wall. And the 160 wall is no joke for a lot of players, right? I was sitting there for weeks, right? And mind you, I'm coming back to Nikke after like 2 months of a break. So many players are way above me, way past me then, right? Like, because I took like 2-3 months off the game. So to come back, have to deal with the 160 wall, and then still catch up and even surpass a lot of people who've been playing every single day from day one till now. It really is. Obviously, money was included there. Let me like keep it a buck. But, you know, there's no question that I have to pay absolute most respect to this character for helping me break the 160 wall. Also, her lore is fantastic, right? The character design is very nice and stuff like that. Just a goofy character. I would say Laplace is my Zendaya, and I love Zendaya, right? So that's what Laplace is to me. She's like the Zendaya of Nikke for me. So these are my top 5. Again, like I said, Laplace probably will never get surpassed. The drip is immaculate too. Don't get it twisted, right? The bubble jacket with the ones, like the latex suit, the like, boom. Oh my god, such a good character. I can't wait for Laplace to get a skin too, right? She really is just her. You guys let me know what you think. Well, I guess you guys can't really have an opinion on my top 5, right? But I mean, you could have an opinion, but it's not really gonna matter, like, because it's my top 5. But you guys definitely let me know your top 5 and why as well, if you have reasonings behind it. It could be off of lore, it could just be off how good they are in the game. Mine is, you know, more of just a lore to Laplace. Oh, I didn't mention it, but Dorothy as well. I loved her story of how she, you know, she was working for the Ark, and then once the Ark betrayed her, boom, she's like, I F the Ark. And then she spent 50, that's dedication. 50 years trying to like handle these dudes is dedication, right? Dorothy's her, like, I can't wait for the anniversary because they're gonna tell us everything I need to know before what happened in Overzone. So can't wait for that. But you guys let me know what you think. Share your opinion and stuff like that on your top 5. Then I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Subscribe as well. We want 9K by the end of November, 10,000 by the end of the year. I'm out. Peace.